Thirsty on the east side of town? Well, head to a WNST favored King Discount Liquors on Pulaski Highway, just inside the Beltway. They have it all.
I'm Johnny Bev down at King Liquors. Come and see me for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer.
Don't forget to give the King a ring.
Arizona for Super Bowl 42 coverage, all brought to you this week by Toyota Live Web, Coors Light, Cats and I Group, Rocky Run Tap and Grill, and also by Magic Messenger. College basketball, really interesting this year. You got a couple of teams. I've talked to Tim Brando about this earlier in the week. You got two teams in Kansas and Memphis that both look right now like they could not lose a game maybe in the regular season. Once they get to their respective conference tournaments, then you never know, because you're going to be playing against somebody that's playing really well at that time as well when you get into that stage. But both of those teams look, and we haven't had one in a long time. St. Joe came close a couple years ago. Both those teams look like maybe if the chips fall right for them, they could both go undefeated.
It would be fun to see something like that happen. As I said to some other people here, that's why I'm excited about the Super Bowl. Is I like greatness, and I think anytime a team can go undefeated, that's greatness, regardless of what the sport is, whether it's an individual situation or whether it's a team situation. Greatness is fun to watch, and to do that in college basketball today with the climate in college basketball the way it is, with so many players leaving early and doing things, and parity again being the key word, that there's so much parity going on. That's why it's remarkable what the Patriots are doing in football. It's remarkable what these college basketball teams are doing, because generally every time you pick up a newspaper or go online and take a look at scores, I mean, even in the NBA now, I look and I see scores and I'm going, what? This team beat this team, and how the heck did that happen?
How about St. Louis earlier this year scoring 20 points in the game? St. Louis scored 20 points in college basketball.
That's pretty hard to fathom. I mean, it really and truly is. I mean, my heavens. But but that's why sports is what it is. I mean, sports is great because you have to play the game. No matter what you think, crazy things happen. I mean, nobody expected us. I mean, that's why it was so wonderful for me winning the championship in '75 with the Warriors. Everybody picked us to not even be a playoff team that year. I mean, it's still, I think, to this day, not only the biggest upset in the history of the NBA, I think it's the biggest upset in the major sports in this country. I defy anybody to find someone who was as big an underdog at the start of the season as we were, who accomplished what we accomplished and gets to the finals and supposed to be getting swept in the finals, and you sweep that team? I mean, it doesn't get any more dramatic than that. And, you talk about the Jets. Hey, the Jets were a really good AFL football team. I mean, so they pulled an upset. Big deal. I mean, they were supposed to be a good team. Don't remind us of that, by the way. We're in Baltimore. We don't like hearing so much about that. You don't like to hear about that.
Now, here's another trivia question.
We also like to hear about I don't want to go back to the Green Bay Packers. I'll forget that.
Yeah, Drew will like this. I see you finished second in your division in the 2005 World Long Drive Championship.
Well, I actually won it this year.
Oh, you won it?
I didn't know that.
That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the last guy in the last swing in the Super Seniors division of the Remax World Long Driving Championship beat me by a little over 2 yards. It was a wet grid. My ball hit and didn't roll. His ball hit and rolled. That was the difference. And that was very disappointing. And then last year, the year before, I was 25 yards further than anybody in the final 8 guys, and for some reason, and I knew better, and I was kicking myself, I changed and screwed around with my swing, and I didn't put a ball in the grid. I could have hit my worst ball of the day and made it to the semifinals again, and I probably would have won the tournament again, because nobody had hit anything as far as I had hit it. And so I was very disappointed in that. And so I just made it my goal. I was saying, okay, third time will be the charm. So I got back this year. I was a little concerned because I went with the NBA all around the world in 18 days in the preseason tour to Europe and to Asia. So I swung clubs. I took my driver with me in a box and protected it. I was swinging in the basement of the hotel in London, trying to just swing and stay loose. Finally, in Macau, when I was there, I got a chance to go to a driving range and hit balls for one time in 18 days. And then I flew back. I left on a Sunday from Macau. Took a ferry. We had to take the ferry all the way over to Hong Kong airport. Flew from Hong Kong to San Francisco to Vegas. Drove from Vegas to Mesquite, Nevada. Went to bed. Got up the next day and had to compete. And fortunately, did well enough to get myself to the semis. And then on Wednesday night, I was able to go out and hit a nice drive, just a little under 350 yards. And won the Grand Champions division over Fred Hooter, who was a Hall of Fame long drive guy, and actually was using the same crank golf club that I was, the El Diablo driver, which is just an amazing club. And in fact, actually, my guys down here, I got to give them a call.
Are you going to the FBR?